Hey, what's going on, guys? Xbox All In channel, host Sega Forever. Again, bringing in another All In reel. I got a couple of these that I'm going to put out today, kind of catch up. This upcoming week on the channel, I'm going to focus on the usual stuff that I normally do, but I'm going to really try and get some of the pop culture stuff out that I wanted to do on the channel. There's a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of it's good, man. If you guys participate in pop culture like I do, with anime stuff going on, with the streaming services and just the entertainment in general. And again, some of the stuff is going to be off the beaten path. I talked about this in a previous video, and I just want to let you guys know as this bird goes by. Sorry for the background noise, guys. It's just what I have to deal with where I live. So I know for some it's like kind of distracting, but imagine if you lived here, right? This goes on 24/7. When we were doing the podcast yesterday, you heard a bunch of chickens in the background, and it was like I think it was like 6, 7 at night. Anyway, I learned this about chickens because we have a lot of feral chickens where I live. It's not like the cartoons, man, when they get up in the morning and they crow. Dude, these guys crow all day, no matter what time it is. Sometimes 2 in the morning. It's crazy. So again, I do apologize for the background noise. But I want to share a clip today talking about Solo Leveling, and this is absolutely my favorite anime right now. And there's a lot of great anime. I watch a lot of different anime. Anime is probably one of my go-to sources now for entertainment. I rant about a lot of the stuff with what's going on in the U.S. as far as Hollywood and the entertainment we provide here in the States, and it's just horrible. There's very few. There's very few shows that I enjoy watching, and the ones that I do enjoy, I mean, it's so little that I have to go search out entertainment in other venues. And one of the things that I've done over the years is just that I've focused on stuff that's overseas. Predominantly from South Korea and Japan. You guys should know that already. 'Cause I talk about it a lot, but also places like India, Malaysia. Some of my favorite studios right now are studios that are off the beaten path, which is to include Go West. I used to really love Lionsgate. Still do. They do some good stuff, but look, if you want to get your entertainment fix, if you're like me, if you have I'm pretty sure you guys have realized that I'm trying to make this channel into something that's more representative of the stuff that I like. Um, like when I give my thoughts on specific things, right? I have a certain bent when it comes to my entertainment, my pop culture. Though I will say, I'm still traditionally the same, man. I like to experiment. I like stuff that's new. Um, a lot of the stuff that I talk about that I don't like, it's more politics based. That's why I do more politics on the channel, just to give you guys a better idea of why I think the way I do. But also, I know there's a lot of people like me that are out there that are kind of too afraid to speak on these things, and but I'm not. And so, as we move forward, man, this is the kind of stuff that I want to bring you. Okay, just a quick little channel update, and I'll get going with the video because it's actually pretty long. Again, this is solo leveling, and it's on Crunchyroll. Subscribed. Um, Subscribe if you can. I mean, Crunchyroll is a great subscription service. I watch multiple stuff on the channel, and I know Netflix is kind of trying to give them a run for their money. Um, but again, at its core, man, Crunchyroll is just something that I've always had. So I've been subscribed to them for years, and they keep on coming out with content, and that's the great thing about the competition level, right? It's breathing better and better product, right? Which I do love. So solo leveling, like I said, they're in season 2. So if you get your Crunchyroll subscription and you don't know anything about it, but you like this clip and you want to see what it's more about, the great thing is they have a season 1 that you can watch, and then they're in the midst of season 2. Um, the way that I consume solo levelings is that they have to watch the episodes weekly. You could wait for the series to play out, but I'm so enthralled by it, dude. Every Saturday, a new episode comes up and I'm watching it. In fact, me and my daughter watched it as soon as it dropped. Right? That's how excited we are about this. Well, I'm excited about it. My daughter kind of comes along with me, and she humors her dad, and so we both enjoy the anime. But I probably enjoy it way more than she does. But let me get to this clip, man, because it's very it's a long one, dude. I was surprised how much they show, and it's a battle scene between Jinwoo, who's the main character, and Kargalgan, and he's actually the he's the villain of this particular episode. But it's probably one of the best battle sequences that I've seen in a long time, man. And especially coming from the West, we used to do stuff like this, man. We're not even close. They've surpassed us in every way, shape, and form. I could still hang with watching some of the old animation that we do here in the States. Definitely Justice League. You know, I own the seasons, and then time to time, me and my daughter will go back and watch because it's just good writing. There's great action, so there's good pacing. They understood the characters, but we're a far cry from that nowadays. I see that we're trying to produce stuff, and they put it on Netflix, man. It just pales in comparison, if I'm being honest. And again, dude, you got to go where you got to go where you got to go to get your fix. And anime is where it's at right now. Just being honest. Okay, so let me share the screen real quick. We'll set it up for you. I will be stopping and commenting. It's my understanding that that's the best thing to do, so that your video won't get flagged. I see a lot of people doing reaction videos that don't get flagged. I got flagged on my Superman one, and so I have to pull it off the channel. But then again, I don't monetize, so I don't know how that all works. If I'm being honest with you guys. Okay, so yeah. All right, man, we're set. We're gonna get rolling.
Yuki.
副代表を見てるみたいだ。
Just to let you guys know, sorry. I can't stand dubs, so I always do sub because I think something gets mixed, lost in the translation when it's not Japanese. And then some dub people do better than others. I understand that, but this is the way I like to watch it. So sorry, there'll be subtitles.
強い人がどうして荷物持ちなんか。
歩兵たちは B 級ハンター程度か。一匹の廃屋を倒す前に死後界は破壊される。俺が減らしてやらないと。
我流の歌。お前の兵士はただのかかしに過ぎない。うぬぼれる。
お前の方こそうぬぼれてんじゃねえよ。こいつら何度だって再生する。
守護の歌。加速。重力加速。反重力魔法。加速。ならお前の魔力が尽きるまで破壊するまで何度でも劣化の歌。
膨大な魔力で遠距離広範囲の魔法で近づかせないつもりか。
さて、いつまで持つか見ものだな。どうやら世の兵士たちの方が数も力も上のようだ。お前の魔力が尽きるのも時間の問題だ。
時間の問題？何の話だ？ここからがネクロマンサーの本領だ。
起きろ。世の兵士をアンデッドに。
お前たちもすぐに俺の影にしてやる。もちろんお前も。
まさか。
Sorry, just really quickly. That was a turning point of the battle. There's a lot of stuff that you're not gonna get. I understand. I just want you guys to see the action. But that's why I mean, everything that the main character goes through in the course of this series is to get to this point, man. That's why it's one of the best animes. But I love that scene the most because throughout the whole time period that you're introduced to this character, Kargalgan, he's very powerful. Right. In fact, you see other characters there. Those guys are supposed to be like high-ranking players that have come into this dungeon to take it out, and he totally just annihilates everybody, everything. He's that powerful. And so you have the main character Jinwoo, who's in here, and fighting against them, and nobody knows this level that Jinwoo's at, and that's why it makes this scene, really stand out, because this is probably the first time you saw this dude actually feel threatened.
のお方がそれならば世はどうしてここに初めてここで目を開いたとき頭の中から同じ命令だけが繰り返し聞こえてきた。人間の彼、理由なんぞどうでもいい。ただ命令に忠実であるの。行け、その者を殺し人間たちの死体を世に
He has to turn to his main general. Great editing. Yeah, and that's another thing too. This clip is edited. There's some things that you're gonna miss throughout, which is really important if I'm being honest, right? Because the world building in this anime is next level. Right? That's what gets you invested in the character and wanting you to watch every episode that comes out.
この衛兵はうちんとこの方が優秀だな。
こんなはずが。
俺たちも加勢しよう。ああ。
冒険の歌、聡明の歌。観客は舞台に上がる。
Those are the guys I'm talking about. So like Jinwoo's like starting to turn the tide, man, and they get a little bit brave. Because before that, dude, they were scared. They were scared because they knew this dude could take them out. And they were like, "Oh, maybe we should join." And he's like, "This dude ain't having it, man."
ものではない。お前ももうこれ以上生意気な口を聞けるようにしてやる。睡魔の歌、鈍化の歌、聡明の歌。
あいにく毒や呪いには耐性があってね。その厄介なシールドを破壊してやるよ。
よくもやってくれたな。怒りの歌、強化の歌、巨人の歌。
Yeah, he's about to go beast mode right now.
踏み潰してやる。
まったく。巨人にはいい思い出ないってのも痛いとこついてくんだろ。
アリューの歌。
He's taking everybody out, even his own guys. He doesn't care.
これでもまだこのカルガルガン様に歯向かえるか。
でかくなればその分狙いを定めやすくなるだけ。魔法系が護衛なしに暗殺系の奇襲を防げるわけないだろう。
あの歌。
Sequence is still off.
やはり探検ではダメか。なら護衛を失った瞬間、魔法使いの手だ。
この体が滅びるはずがない。滅びるはず
That's pretty cold. That's pretty cold. Dude, he used his own generals against him. He turned his own power on him. That last action sequence, man, when the dude levels up, the boss character, and then they go at it, dude. It's awesome. You know, it's one of the things that um kind of lacking. Because a lot of times when you watch a movie or another whatever thing that you're watching that has action sequences and stuff like that, dude, you can tell they struggled producing it because it's not really thought out and planned. A lot of stuff gets lost when you're trying to keep up with the action, especially. Um, just their inability, man, to pan out and remember that you're actually making you're making the scene that you're doing is needs to be enjoyed, but from the perspective of the audience, and that's why so many movies or TV shows don't really do it well, in my opinion. But that's what I gained from it. Too. This is one of the few shows that actually do that. Even though there's a lot of stuff going on already, it's very complicated, right? You have a pretty much a half an hour show, and they got to squeeze a lot into it. And that's one thing I love about anime. Dude. They definitely squeeze a lot into the limited time that they have with the content that they got to make. And then again, I know like my daughter reads manga and stuff like that, so stuff gets lost in between. They have to work within the confines of doing an anime just like with comic books and comic book movies, you got to work within the confines of making the content in a different medium, right? So from manga to anime, you're gonna lose stuff. Just same thing like anybody who watches the Harry Potter movies and read the books, who are hardcore into the books. But man, the way that they produce this show, dude, it's untouchable, man. It is, man. It is one of the best shows I've seen in a long time. And I'm still out there, dude. I do love Demon Slayer still love My Hero Academia. One Punch Man, they got some great stuff out there, right? Kaiju number 8 is another one that I'm currently watching. Just waiting for season 2 to drop. In fact, this year, if you're a huge fan of anime, it's going to be a good year for you, man. In the sense that, like, you guys know I'm an Xbox channel with Game Pass, right? Game Pass is just dropping hit after hit. Just a variety of different types of games from different type of genres. That's what you get with Crunchyroll. In some aspects, that's what you kind of get with Netflix. Though I'll say the quality on Netflix sometimes dips. At least on the Crunchyroll, because they're focused just on anime. It's not that complicated for them. They serve a particular audience, and what they hope is they can drag other people in there that might get that might become interested in anime, and that's a good thing to have, dude. If I'm being honest. Their ability to also focus on the quality of the content that they're making, and there's variety in there as well. I just watched the anime with my daughter that was based on basically a Japanese poem, and they put it into anime form, and it was actually really awesome. But I mean, if you're not a person that's into story or like some historical stuff, then maybe that's not for you. But then if you're an action type person like I am as well, then you want Solo Leveling, and then all your needs are met. They got a lot of different stuff on Crunchyroll right now. But yeah, Solo Leveling too, dude. I don't know how, dude. It's awesome. And I just want to share that with you guys. For you guys out there that watch my channel and then you hear me talking about, what's wrong with the West and why we're losing to other markets, right? And this gives you a brief taste of why we're losing to these other markets, and they're just making better content. And again, I'll do my politics of pop culture podcast. I'll try and do it today, but I want to do another reaction. Not really a reaction, but I want to cover another trailer that came out, which will be Fantastic Four, I believe, called First Steps. I seen it already. I wanted to watch it live with you guys and to give my thoughts on that as well. I mean, is this the turnaround that everybody's expecting from Marvel? Right, I think this is their first. Is it? I think this falls well out of the Phase 5, going into Phase 6. We're on Phase 5, right? See, that's how lost I am when it comes to Marvel Cinematic Universe. But still, no, I think this is the movie that everybody's talking about that's going to change Marvel's trajectory. And look, I know some people, when I talk about this stuff, people throw this at me about the money that the movies make. I mean, they're actually down, right? I mean, they make a lot of money, but they also cost a lot to make the movies, right? And on top of that, they're not the blockbusters that they used to be. There was, again, if you guys remember, man, when Marvel first came out, and then they finally broke that benchmark. I like to say with the Avengers movie, the first one. You know, other studios would not even come close to a Marvel release date. That was the reality of it. They dominated that box office, and people were waiting. Right, people lined up. People went to midnight showings. All that stuff. That stuff is gone. And I know we're through a pandemic, but even more so. Right, Marvel needs to try and find at least the cinematic universe side needs to find their footing. Is the first steps the one that's going to do it? I don't know, but we'll talk about it in that video. But thank you guys for joining me. If you guys watched the video, hope you guys liked it, and go check it out, man. Solo Leveling, dude. I mean, the clip that I showed you is just a taste of what that show is about. There's a lot of stuff within that. So Crunchyroll, that's an official Crunchyroll clip, right? So they edited parts of it out because they wanted to focus on the battle. But there's a lot of story that's going on in between the battle as well that actually focuses on the universe as a whole, or that world as a whole. So, you know, if you like what you see, man, there's a whole lot of it in season 1 and this season 2. All right, so Xbox Online channel, host Sega Forever, we out.